Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty intriguing news when it comes to Phil Spencer, the good old Xbox Series X and S head honcho that actually has had some pretty intriguing news going on throughout today. One really cool thing when it comes to the Xbox Series X stock in terms of how the restocks are going, all the information on it, and basically kind of somewhat good news in terms of production, and as well some also kind of crazy talk too, where basically Phil Spencer says that we should probably be trying our best to go ban everyone and every type of console, cross console, no matter what. So some pretty intriguing stuff to wind down the night. A little bit more of a chiller day when it comes to news and restocks and all of that. So if you guys will stay tuned and stay tight, and let's go and dive into the video itself. And as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, Amazon links down below for the PS5 digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get a bunch of free stock and free money. And same thing to do as well with Coinbase too as well for free crypto. Let's go down the video itself, and if you guys want to give your thoughts or comments all throughout this, feel free to, because I love always hearing all of your comments over here. So let's go and first of all dive into kind of the good news and kind of the intriguing news when it comes to restocks. So when it comes to all this stuff over here, we have the Xbox Series X and S consoles continue to sell at a record pace, Microsoft has claimed. Amid shortages, Phil Spencer says supply is actually as big as it's ever been. So some kind of more intriguing stuff as well. It's kind of cool to go and compare this between all the previous generations, where the Xbox One, Xbox One S, previous Xbox 360, or in all comparisonness, the Xbox Series X and S is actually outselling all of them, which is really cool news in terms of actual restocks. Let's go talk about it. So as the Xbox Series X and S systems continue to sell faster than any previous generation of Microsoft consoles, the company has claimed, which first and foremost does make a lot of sense, mainly because as you guys have seen, everyone is bored. Everyone wants to get their next-gen consoles. And there also has been a little bit of like this scarcity demand too as well, where a lot of consoles back out there, well, basically just need to go and get made. Like they're just not being made and people are waiting for it. And because of the shortage, people are just basically kind of sitting there refreshing and even sometimes overpaying when it comes to scalpers or bundles. And that definitely goes and drives up the, I guess, overall demand for it. There's actually been a little bit of an intriguing thing too, and I maybe would want to talk about this in a separate video, is that a lot of things out there are intriguing in regards to the forced scarcity, where basically if everything's always sold out, it kind of makes you want to get it just a little tiny bit more. Or you see that one person where you can't go and get it, but they've had their Xbox and they're enjoying it and having fun, or playing the brand new PlayStation 5 games or whatever it is, and you want to get even more. And there's definitely, I feel like, somewhat of a, I don't want to say necessarily forced scarcity in terms of Microsoft themselves forcing it, but it does seem like an overall just supply chain scarcity, and I think that does kind of drive up the demand. But overall, this is actually the highest produced and most made consoles ever, both I believe for the PS5 still, I think for the Nintendo Switch, as well as also the Xbox Series X. So basically with this having launched in November 2020, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said in July 2021 that the Xbox Series X and S were the company's fastest selling consoles. And we have a new article over here from Phil Spencer, basically stating in a New York Times interview published on Monday, Microsoft's gaming boss Phil Spencer said that was still the case. He claimed persistent Xbox shortages were actually a result of less so the consoles being produced, which in all honesty, I always thought it was just more they just weren't making as much as the PlayStation 5, as well as also the fact of them kind of just, I don't know, just being okay. Like they're still making them, they're still expensive, they're just not making as much as they probably could. But even that kind of goes and kind of breaks me, where it says this has been basically the highest produced number of consoles ever, even in previous generations. Instead, scarcity has also been more so causing the surge in demand since the onset of the pandemic, which does make a lot of sense. A lot of folks are stuck at home, they're bored, they're chilling, and they want something to do. Back then, what would have been April of 2020, we sold out of consoles, which we never do in April and May, because you had this sudden swell of usage, which maybe more so mean 2021 maybe. Our networks were tapped as people were coming on, and the team worked hard to fulfill that demand, and in some ways, we're still trying to go and do this, which I do want to say, it does kind of seem like right now, the Xbox demand is going down. Like in terms of like, it's easier to get in stores. We're seeing them in Targets. We have a GameStop walk-in event going on right now. And it does seem very easy and widespread to get the console. So I can go and say that the production's been going really good. I also do go and state saying, when you are trying to go get an Xbox or new PlayStation right now in the market, they're just really hard to find. Spencer continued. And it's not because supply is smaller than it's ever been. Supply is actually as big as it's ever been. is that demand is exceeding that supply for us. And that's why I keep saying it's kind of good news, because the actual demand does keep on going down as more folks keep on getting their consoles and there's less spotters and scalpers, especially on the Xbox Series X and S. At this point, we have sold more of this generations of Xboxes, which is the Xbox Series X and S, than we have in any previous version of Xboxes. So it's our job to get the supply there to meet the demand, which is awesome to go and see. He kind of understands that he has to make more. He understands that the demand is still there. And while I do want to say Microsoft's been doing well, even after the holiday rush of like Christmas and the holidays, there still is definitely more to go meet in demands, but they actually have some pretty cool statements to go and see them. And usually whenever these CEOs kind of know, they're trying to, number one, get really good face value. Number two, want to try to make as many consoles as they can. So I'll give him a good little thumbs up, and I'll take this as good news because he knows that the console is selling great. He knows the console's doing amazing, and they want to keep on flooding the markets, and they have throughout these past few weeks especially. And you guys can definitely go and tell that by the third-party prices, both on eBay, StockX, and other various places, Facebook Marketplace. And as well, we also still have the PlayStation 5, although since they are actually confirmed, I believe, making more PlayStations than Xboxes, they're still having the issues where they also have the supply chain issues where they want to bump it down to 15 million units over 16 million. And as well, they're still flying off the shelves, and even third-party scalping prices are still higher than the Xbox consoles are right now. So basically, really good news when it comes to restock stuff. It's always cool to go and see them address everything, and it's also nice to see that probably in the near future, the Xbox shortage will kind of calm down. Now, for part two kind of crazy news, so a little bit of good, a little bit of bad for Phil Spencer. He also now has the basically kahunas to go and say we should be doing a cross-platform ban. Right there, you guys heard me correctly. Program. And if that can't happen, Spencer says he hopes to see a system that lets you go and bring a banned user list to a new network, which is kind of intriguing off this article. So as the Xbox boss, Phil Spencer, has revealed that Microsoft would like to help get rid of bad actors in online gaming landscape by creating a multi-network program where bans that apply to Xbox, for example, might overcarry to other networks from other companies, which is very intriguing for me to kind of see in the first place. In all honesty, I'm kind of depending on it. I'm always afraid because, you know, it's just always kind of a scary thing. What if it's like 5 years, 6 years down the road? Maybe you're 12 and you turn into an adult. I don't know. Like even Steam sometimes have hardcore VAC bans. I kind of like the idea of it still kind of sticking by game to game. I don't know. You guys can give me, they might be a little bit controversial. You guys can give me your thoughts or comments down below. It is kind of intriguing to go and see if someone will get banned on the Xbox, PlayStation, PC all at the same time. But at the same time, I also kind of feel like that's almost somewhat too much power. But at the same time, if you're hacking and ruining games for other folks, I'm not necessarily against having like, a hacker basically getting removed from the game and game systems, because I don't want to deal with someone hacking items or hacking and killing people. It's not good. No one wants to deal with that. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts on this down below as I talk about it. Something I would love for us to be able to do, this is a hard one as an industry, is when somebody gets banned in one of our networks, is there a way for us to ban them across other networks, he said. Alternatively, Spencer said he would embrace a system that allows players to bring their banned user list to them on another platform. And I'd love to be able to go bring them to the other network where I play. So this is the group of people that I choose not to play with, because I don't have to recreate that in every platform that I play a video game on. It's very intriguing to kind of go and see this because, like I said, I could definitely see that being running into bad issues. What if it's like a family IP-wise or something? Like, there's a lot of those little small hiccups for it. I wouldn't maybe have that for maybe a cooldown. Like if you cheat for a game, you have a few years, you have to deal with it. But then it kind of gets into like a little bit kind of crazy, to totalitarian type, like, well, if you get banned on Xbox, you can never play your PlayStation, Nintendo, or anything ever again. I don't like hackers. I think hackers should definitely go and, well, not hack. Or people, breaking consoles, hacking video games, whatever it is. But at the same time, too, I feel like it almost seems kind of crazy and a little too much. Like just a little too bit. So you guys can give me your thoughts down below. We have also kind of seen this take spark for some of the things like the Activision games, where they're trying to perform multi-platform ban strategy. Once again, maybe not, maybe, I don't know. I'm only apprehensive on it because I can see maybe there's issues, or maybe, what if someone gets flagged as a false spam? Although I'm sure more so of these are probably pure hackers and pure banners, and I don't really want to have hackers in my games. I get that, but I could definitely see some room for issues, and yeah, I don't know. This is definitely what I want to hear your thoughts and comments down below, because it does kind of seem a little bit on the intriguing side to hear. If it was done well and it was not basically easy to go mess around with, I'd maybe be down with it. But at the same time, I know how a lot of big game companies and platforms, you get new CEOs, you get different people, you get people who are kind of power hungry, and it can kind of go either way. So kind of give me your thoughts down below. This is really good news in regards to the Xbox restocks, really good news in regards to, well, just interesting stuff, always hearing Phil Spencer go and talk about stuff. And as well, there might be some other little various stuff we may pop on in throughout some of these interviews throughout these next few days, whenever cool topics kind of pop on off. But it's very intriguing to go and see. Awesome to go and see the Xbox doing well. Awesome kind of seeing at least them trying to go and change some things and get rid of hackers. So give me all your thoughts and comments down below. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, Amazon links down below. For the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch room as well, linked down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock and free money. Same with that Coinbase too as well. And I'll see you guys later on throughout tomorrow for some more brand new videos. Love you guys.